Hello basketball coaches and basketball players, my name is Alan from Al's Basketball Training, and today I'm going to give you some fantastic low 1-4 basketball plays that you can run against a box and one. So let's get down to the clipboard and let's check these out. Okay, so first in this play, we're going to have player 1 have a screen from player 3 who pops up from that low corner. Player 1 is going to use that screen. That's going to draw player 3 up. At this time, we're going to have player 4 trying to screen for player 4 in that low post so that player 2 from the far wing, he will cut along the baseline and pop out towards this corner. At that time, basically what we're going to be having is player 2 taking that shot. Now, the reason why they're running a box and one on player 1 is because obviously player 1 would be our best player. So if you've got a player who cannot shoot that far away, then what you're going to have now is player 4, he's going to be screening away for player 5. Player 4 red is going to be popping out just to guard or try and steal the ball from player 2. And then after this screen, we're going to have player 5 cutting across the court. And now we're going to be having player 5 who is possibly open in that low post or that low block. And that should be a close enough shot to be able to get your team to score. Now, up here, you're most likely going to have a double team. Player 3 might start popping out a bit towards the wing as well. So those are just some things to keep in mind. However, at the same time, we're looking to get player 5 a basket down low because player 1 is being isolated defensively. Okay, so now in this next play, we have player 3 who is being isolated in that box and one. So we're most likely going to see player 2 popping up to guard player 1 face on. Now what we're going to try and do is try and get player 3 open for an open shot. Now this should be fairly easy to do. And what we're going to do is have player 1, he is going to be dribbling out towards that left side, and player 4 is going to be setting up a screen for player 3. Player 3 is going to be coming off that screen. This is going to be a handoff to player 3, and player 3 is going to dribble out. Now, depending on what's going on, we're now having player 1 who may be open, cutting towards the rim or popping out towards that wing. We could have player 3 open for a 3-point shot. If player 2 does skip off, then we do have a player 1 who is open for a very long shot. Player 1 could also stay closer and maybe open there. Or what could also happen is we can now have player 2, he can come up and set a screen for player 3, and at the same time, player 3 red should be pretty well guarded back, and we can now have player 3 taking that ball out towards this right side, have player 2 roll towards the basket. He can get that ball. That's going to collapse those lower two players. He could possibly have that shot open, or he could pass to player 5 or 4. 4 could even move in closer too and have that open shot as well. So let's say we have player 1 isolated again. So what we're going to be doing here is having player 3 move up and player 2 move up into what I call a sandwich screen. Player 4 is then, or at least whichever side player 1 is going to dribble to, let's say he dribbles to this side, then player 4 is going to be setting a screen on player 2. Player 1 is going to continue to dribble down towards this low corner where he could take a shot, because that will be drawing player 5 out. But we will now have player 4 rolling off that screen. This could be a pass for a layup. Now if player 4 red comes over to defend and play help defense on player 4 blue, this could be another extra pass for player 5 to score. Now these are all set and good, but what happens if we have a low post player who is the one being isolated defensively? Well, let me show you what we can do. So let's say player 4 is the one being isolated right now. So what we're going to be having is player 2 most likely will be the one coming up. We're going to be having player 2 most likely guarding player 1 up top. And what we're going to do now is have player 2, he's going to go and set a screen on for player 4. Player 4 is going to pop up towards that high post. He could be open for that shot. However, what we're looking to do here is now have player 4, if he's not open for that shot, let's say player 4 red got through, player 1 is going to be using player 4 as a screen. Player 1 could take that shot. However, that's going to be now drawing player 3 red up. We can now have player 4 roll towards the basket after that screen. He could be open for that. However, if he's not open, what we're looking to have now is Player 3 is going to be popping up top. We're going to be having player 5 setting a screen down low for player 4. Player 1 is going to pass to player 3. He's going to then dribble the ball over towards this right side. And using player 5 as a screen, player 4 is going to be popping out towards this mid-range, maybe 3-point line area where he can get that ball and take that shot. Now what happens if our big man, our center, is the one being isolated defensively? Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to try and create shots for other players on the court. We're also going to be isolating him out towards this corner to try and remove that defender. So how we're going to do this is we're going to be setting a screen up top. Whichever defender goes up top. If they're trying to trap up top, it's going to be a sandwich screen. That way the point guard can decide which way he wants to go. Player 5 is going to pop out and player 4 is going to be popping out. And then we're going to have player 1 who's going to be driving towards the rim. Now, player 1 is going to now draw player 4 up, and he could take that shot roughly from that area. Another option now is we could have player 2 rolling towards the basket who could be open for that shot. That could draw player 3 over to him, in which case player 4 would be open somewhere in this corner where he would be open for that mid-range or even possible drive towards the basket. Now I hope that these plays help you be able to score with and without that player who is being isolated by that double team or that single coverage that is never going to leave him. I hope that you've enjoyed. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I hope to see you guys again later on today for the second video of the day.